I'm about to take off and see scary stories in the dark. This realization just hit me that I haven't seen one single trailer for this movie, which means I'm going in completely blind with zero expectations. That's kind of refreshing, and I'm looking forward to that. So will this be a great movie? Check out my review. Welcome to Durbania. I'm Durbin, and this is my spoiler-free review for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. So, was this movie good? Is it worth checking out? Well, we went to the theater, and I'm telling you, it was full! Just kidding. It was literally my wife, me, and like one other person in that room, and I can see why. It was not really the best film. I'm going to give it a C. And I think the thing that kind of helps me give it a C, in other words, keep it right there in the average grade, is the fact that I went in and didn't know anything about this. Seriously, having not seen any trailers or commercials or anything for this movie and just kind of seeing it was out and going, yeah, why not? I'll check that out. That kind of helped a lot because I didn't know what this story was. I didn't know what to expect. And it's what helped make it at least a bit more intense and a bit more entertaining for me. When I got home after I watched the movie, I checked out the trailer. So if you've seen the trailer, you've seen about 90% of the stuff that's kind of scary and intense in this already. And I don't know, I found this movie kind of predictable. So as soon as it was trying to build tension, it's not that it did a bad job trying to build tension. Some of the best moments of this movie is where you didn't quite see the ghost, you didn't quite see what was coming, and it was building the tension of what's gonna happen in this room. There were a couple moments though where it was pretty predictable, so you could just sort of tell how this is going to end. Yeah, even those scenes that were tense for me didn't really have me like biting my nails on the edge of my seat. I didn't really find these stories really scary. I thought the idea behind this movie was kind of interesting. The fact that these teenagers get locked in this haunted house and they find Sarah's book. And once they take Sarah's book out of the house, the ghost of Sarah writes these stories, and the stories come to life. So it's like these self-written stories, and what's written in them actually happens. And so that was kind of a cool idea to me. I just felt like the execution of that idea wasn't anything super unique or super exciting or anything that's gonna take this and set it apart as a classic horror story. I'm kind of sad that I spent the extra money to see this on the big screen, because about halfway through this I felt like, man, if I saw this on Netflix I'd be just fine and maybe just a little bit happier because I'm not spending the extra money to see this. Now on the one hand, yeah, if you see it on the big screen, every bit of the effect you get from seeing it on a larger screen and that surround sound, you probably want to get as much of that as possible. By that same token though, it's kind of like just wasn't really worth that extra money from me. So that's kind of where I was with that. I just was back and forth on this story. I thought there were some scenes where they built tension really well. There's one scene in particular where I felt like they're doing a good job trying to like build this nightmare type scenario where this kid couldn't just escape. But then it's like the ghost that was coming for him reminded me of some weird version of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and the girl from The Ring. And so it was like the monster itself that appeared in that scene that just kind of had me more laughing than on the edge of my seat. And so that's kind of what I felt like this movie did. It would start to build tension, it would start to do a good job, and either it'd be really predictable and I could figure out where it was going, or it just, the monster itself wasn't that scary. Probably the most scary scene for me, and without spoilers, it was unsettling because it had to do with spiders. And I don't like spiders. Spiders are the devil, man. I hate those little creatures. Anyway, C. Average. It was entertaining. I didn't walk out of this movie feeling passionate about it one way or the other. I wasn't passionate about what a great movie. It's a classic. I love it. And I don't hate it, and I don't feel the need to hate on it. It was just kind of average. It was very lukewarm for me. But if you saw Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, what did you think? Do you think it's worth checking out on the big screen? Did you think it was a good movie? Let's talk about that in the comments. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button to become a Durbanian. Hit that bell by the subscribe button so you're notified for my very next movie review, ranking video, theological analysis, or anything else I do here. I'm Durbin. Thanks for checking out Durbania.